For somebody who lives in the city, this is actually the easiest thing for me. I could park it anywhere. It's basically a car. It's not going to take any extra room. But also, I have a travel trailer that is 21.5 feet in length.
Welcome back to the show here in Brooklyn, New York, in Williamsburg at Brooklyn Campervan's block party. Look at all the vans. Well, I just met up with Joe. Joe has a really cool DIY Ford Econoline camper van. This is a low-top van that he converted to inside for weekend travel. This thing is pretty cool. He's going to give us a full tour inside out. So join us.
And I'm Joe from Jersey City. This is my camper van conversion. It's a 2009 Econoline 150, E150, and I basically bought it off of Facebook Marketplace. And I got an idea, or I had an idea, and I basically converted it into a camper. So if you guys could follow me around, I have 1,350 watt hours of solar. The van has 900 amp hours of battery. Come around. 270 awning. This is where some of the batteries are. I actually have batteries on one side of the van, and then I also have here I have 4 kilowatts, and under the bed I have 6 kilowatts of battery, and the batteries get charged from, again, 1350 solar on top, the alternator charger at 800 watts, and also shore power. So I have that here. And I have Starlink, so I decided to wire this thing for Starlink, so I'm able to use my Starlink Gen 3. Also my Mini, I have the wire here. AC power. I have a diesel heater that I connect right in here. USB. This is a fan because obviously I have batteries and stuff like that, so you want to keep them cool. I have Alexa, and I have a wireless plan in the van, so I do have a modem right in here. The van, basically when I got it, there was nothing in it. I completely cleaned it out, and I added insulation to it, so it's actually insulated all around. So I have entry for shore power, and I actually put a hole in the side of the van, and this is where I vent my diesel heater that actually works really well.
But it's more for the vibes.
Running boards, so just in case I ever get stuck. I have a custom built roof rack. Somebody from Jersey got it for me, or actually made it for me. It's 100% aluminum, so it never rots or oxidizes. I have a shower tent, so all I have to do is basically just open this up, and I should be able to take a shower right from outside of my van. I added a light bar that I use when I am off-roading or when I'm going to places where there's like no lights whatsoever. So let's go inside. I added a swivel seat, or actually swivel to the regular passenger seat. I have a EcoFlow Wave 2, and this is actually a heat pump, so it produces heating, and also it's an air conditioner. I have a 12-volt fridge, works very well, really inexpensive. I have a little TV that I also have set up, 12 volts with a sound bar. I have, this is when it's open, it's actually a full-size bed, so it's actually 54 inches by 75. I think those are the measurements. Obviously, if I'm traveling by myself, I'm not going to open it. I actually have a ladder hiding under the bed because of sometimes you have to clean the solar panels. So if I need to get up there, that's how I do it. So, and I have a little table that hangs from the side of the camper, just some pillows and my longboard, because if I get somewhere and when I want to move around, I could use my longboard. And as you can see, I have a part of the batteries, and that's an EcoFlow Delta Max 2000 with combined 6 kilowatts. It's really comfortable, especially for somebody who lives in the city and I need to, or feel that I want to get away from the city. This is the perfect vehicle. All I have to do is just jump in. Also, it feels like I'm in a little cabin. Or at least that's what I was going for. So basically, I made it covered with wood, and again, it's insulated. Have an exhaust fan. It's open. I have curtains to basically divide the spaces or make for privacy. I have and I could sit here. And I have a 2,000 watt alternator here. At this point, I have never had to use my the shore power because I have so much solar. My batteries are always charged. I have water to the van. Oh, actually, all I have to do is turn on and literally, and I have a lot of junk. Those are lights and tools and things that I may need when I'm traveling, but basically I'm all set when it comes to camping. For the counter, I actually use one of those Husky counter, I guess, wood slabs from Home Depot, and basically it was too long, so I decided to cut it, but I'm still able to use it. Basically, this is great because it's a durable material. You could basically throw anything at it and it stays, nothing happens to it. Also, the flooring, it's insulated. Actually, it's 1.5 inches thick. I decided to add a little bit of like that AstroTurf stuff to give it a little more of a camping outdoorsy look and feel. Also, in here I have a ice maker, a microwave, 2 induction cooktops, and actually food. And on top of that, then also there's other stuff in there. So I could, before I forget, if I need to use the bathroom, what do? I actually do have a toilet in here. I'm not gonna show it, it's a little personal, but I do have it here. And it's actually hiding under the bed. So in case nature calls, I have a way to answer.
Well, Joe, this is pretty cool. I love the fact that you built this yourself. You were able to do it on a very decent budget, right?
I did. I actually had one of my neighbors. I actually bought the van, and I came to one of my neighbors and I said, hey, I want to do this, and you want to help out? And he's like, oh, I'm bored. You know what? I'm going to help you out. So basically for about 3 months, every Sunday, he was in front of my house helping me put this thing together. And fast forward, and this is it. This is basically the culmination of 3 months worth of not going out on a Sunday.
It's good to showcase like what you could do with not like a super huge budget. People are going to question, you're 6'1", 6'2", why'd you go with the low top van?
So for somebody who lives in the city, this is actually the easiest thing for me. I could park it anywhere. It's basically a car. It's not going to take any extra room. But also, I have a travel trailer that is 21.5 feet in length. So where am I going to park a trailer in Jersey City? Nowhere. That's impossible. So I keep my trailer at a campground, and this is basically parked in front of my house.
So the trailer is like a destination thing, right? It's just seasonal at a campsite. You could hook it up and take it across.
I could definitely do that. Interesting fact is that if I pair the trailer with the van, which actually has a tow hitch, I could use the van to power the trailer. Being that I have 900 amp hours of battery capacity, I could basically go boondocking, and all I have to do is fill up the water tanks every so often, and then I'm good to go.
And that's cool about it. You got the best of both worlds, because the trailer's great if you want to leave it set up somewhere and go out and do stuff.
Yeah.
But like, what if you want to leave it set up somewhere and go out on day trips from that location? You could
This
take
is
the
an
van
option.
out on those day trips too. So
Absolutely.
I have a trailer and a van. I don't use them both, but I could, and it's appealing to me.
Yeah.
Because I don't have to break camp every day if I want to go drive somewhere. If I have the trailer just set up.
One thing that I was taking into consideration when I was putting this together is that, okay, so I'm 2 miles away from Manhattan. Where am I going to park? Okay, where am I going to put things? So when I go west, I'm in the trailer. When I go north, meaning upstate New York or down to South Jersey, I'm in the van. So it's like, again, there's a level of comfort of me being in the van, or think of the van as being a glorified tent that happens to have electricity, that happens to have running water, that happens to have a fridge and a microwave and other
And it's
shack
heated
skis.
and it's conditioned too.
And it has an air conditioner
People
as
are gonna
well.
like, why the heck are you not running that thing today? It's 90 degrees here.
I'm dying here.
Great show. The doors have to be open. People want to come and take a look around. This is a block party. I'm sure you guys all. Oh my God! I turned it on.
There you go.
I turned it on.
Leave it running. This power here is not going to go anywhere.
But we're on a block party, so you guys heard all the commotion in the background. Well, Joe, I appreciate you taking some time out of your day to showcase this to an audience, because I love the fact that it's a DIY build and you're out there doing it. You know, you're not thinking about it, you're doing it.
Technically speaking, I could, like I did, drive into the city, and if I needed to spend the night and I have the van, nothing is really stopping me, because at the end of the day, it is a vehicle, and you could park it pretty much anywhere.
Yeah, that's great. And I love these older Ford Econoline vans. They're bulletproof. I have one that's 29 years old, and this is 2009. This is much newer than mine, but it's basically similar technology.
Yeah. This thing is going to outlive most of us, or most vehicles. So I mean, it's a tank. It's basically.
Well, I appreciate it. I'm not putting links in it. Well, thank you very much for coming on the show today, and I'll see you around.
Definitely, and let me turn on that air conditioner before I die or get cooked.
Yeah, and you got to close the doors.
Yeah.
All right, man.
All right.
Thank you.
Sure.